Have you ever wondered if the universe truly goes on forever? What lies beyond the stars we can see? Is there a point where it all just ends? And if it does, what would you find there? Could there be another version of you, staring back, asking the same questions? These mysteries are more than just philosophical musings. They're the kind of questions that stretch the limits of human understanding. Today we'll explore the edge of the observable universe, dive into the mind-bending possibilities of hyperspheres and hyperdonuts, and face the paradoxes of infinity head-on. Along the way, we'll ask, what does it all mean for us? So prepare to embark on a journey that might forever change the way you see the cosmos. Ready? Let's take the first step. Is the universe infinite or finite? The universe, as we know it, started about 14 billion years ago with the Big Bang. Since then, it has been expanding continuously. But here's the puzzling part. If it's expanding, doesn't that mean it has an edge? Well, kind of. Let's break it down. Light travels at a finite speed, so the farthest we can see is determined by how long light has had to reach us since the universe began. This distance defines what we call the observable universe, a sphere with a radius of about 45 billion light years. Within this vast bubble are roughly 200 billion galaxies, each home to hundreds of billions of stars. Beyond this edge, we simply can't see because light hasn't had enough time to reach us. This edge, however, isn't a physical boundary, it's an edge in time. But what about the real universe, the part we can't observe? Is it finite, like a giant cosmic sphere? Or is it infinite, stretching forever in every direction? A finite universe with no borders? Let's imagine for a moment that the universe is finite. Picture a tiny ant on the surface of an orange. To the ant, the orange's surface seems endless, but if it keeps walking in one direction, it'll eventually end up back where it started. The universe might work in a similar way. Instead of a spherical orange, imagine a three-dimensional shape called a hypersphere, where space curves back on itself. This means there are no borders or edges, just an endless loop. But here's the catch: your brain can't visualize a hypersphere, because it's a four-dimensional concept. If you were aboard a spaceship traveling in a straight line, you'd eventually return to your starting point, just like the ant on the orange. The idea of a hyperspherical universe explains how space could be finite yet boundless. Scientists have tried to measure the size of the universe by looking for a horizon, something that would reveal its curvature. So far, they found nothing. If the universe is a hypersphere, it must be incredibly vast, at least 1,000 times larger than the observable universe. It could even be trillions of times bigger, or more. The hyperdonut theory. Now, let's take things up a notch with an even wilder idea. The universe could be shaped like a donut. Well, not a regular donut, but a hyperdonut. Another concept impossible to visualize. In this model, space is twisted in such a way that traveling in a straight line might still bring you back to your starting point, but with a few bizarre twists. In a hyperdonut universe, different directions could lead to different travel times. Two spaceships starting at the same point could return at completely different times, depending on their paths. Light would also behave strangely, creating a cosmic hall of mirrors effect. You might see a distant galaxy appear in two places or see the same star at two different moments in its life, being born in one part of the sky and dying in another. If the universe is a hyperdonut, it could be relatively small, perhaps just a few times bigger than the observable universe. Or it could be much, much larger. Once again, we don't know. The case for an infinite universe. What if the universe is truly infinite? Imagine space going on forever, with no edge, no border, and no end. This is the model most scientists work with. While we focus on our observable chunk of the universe for calculations, the idea of an infinite universe remains the default assumption. An infinite universe raises fascinating questions. If it has no boundaries, does that mean it's always been there? Did it exist before the Big Bang? We have solid evidence that the universe had a beginning, but infinity complicates things. Even more mind-bending is the idea that an infinite universe can still expand. How? Expansion doesn't mean adding more space, it means the distances between galaxies are growing over time. The paradoxes of infinity. Infinity is a strange concept. As you travel through an infinite universe, you'd encounter endless galaxies, stars, and planets. Eventually, you might find something extraordinary, yourself. How? Everything in the universe is made of a finite number of particles. There are only so many ways to arrange these particles, even if the number is unimaginably large. In an infinite universe, these arrangements would repeat, creating duplicates of everything. including you. But don't get too excited. The chances of finding an exact copy of yourself are incredibly small. To locate another Earth identical to ours, you'd need to travel a distance so vast it's practically meaningless. 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 29 times the size of the observable universe. That's a 1 followed by 100 octillion zeros. It's so far away that it might as well be forever. The limits of science. Here's the truth. Whether the universe is finite or infinite, we may never know. These ideas are fascinating, but they drift into the realm of philosophy. They can't be tested or proven with our current technology. For now, we're confined to the observable universe, a bubble of space defined by the limits of light and time. Everything we can see, measure, and interact with exists within this finite sphere. But even a finite universe is vast beyond imagination. It contains enough stars, planets, and galaxies to fuel the dreams of humanity for countless generations. Whether infinite or finite, the universe offers infinite possibilities for discovery, wonder, and exploration. Conclusion. So, is the universe infinite? Does it have an edge? The answer remains elusive, wrapped in layers of cosmic mystery. What we do know is this: the universe is a place of staggering beauty and complexity. It challenges our understanding and stretches the limits of our imagination. As we continue to explore, we may not find all the answers, but we'll uncover new questions, each more fascinating than the last. And isn't that the true joy of discovery? So if you want to keep feeling this joy of discovery, do not forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Press that bell icon to get notifications for our latest videos. We will keep meeting to broaden our outlook and horizons.